Here I'm going to show you how to install a hard drive into this small NVR. You flip it open by flipping the NVR and taking off the screws, the 4 screws here on each side. Make sure you're using a manual screwdriver. Please do not use a drill or any type of electronic screwdriver, because the other side of this is plastic and you'll end up over torquing the screws and either breaking the plastic ends or just stripping the screw holes. The most important part here is to realize that we don't have anything connected to the NVR, no power, nothing. So make sure you're standing on a grounded surface, no carpet, nothing. Otherwise you can cause ESD damage to the recorder's board inside. So once you have that screw off, you just hold the NVR like this and kind of shake it a little bit gently, and the cover just comes off. You don't have to fight with it. A lot of people think they need to fight with it. You just simply just jiggle it a little bit and it'll come off. Now I've got the recorder. This is the part where you should not touch this with a screwdriver or with even your fingers, especially if you're standing on carpet, because you'll electrocute this board. So the first thing to do once you have this open, inside the accessories box of the DVR will come, or the NVR will come, some cables. This is the SATA cable. This is the data connector. I'm sorry, this is the power cable. This is the power connector for your hard drive, and this is the data connector. Gently install these inside your recorders to make sure that they're attached to the motherboard securely, and you can tug on them a little bit to make sure they're not coming off. They're secure. Once you have them there, you need to install the hard drive as such, with the hard drive's data connector facing this way. So I'm going to connect it here, and I'm going to connect the data port, the power port here. Once you have both the hard drive power and data connector on, you're going to fasten the hard drive to the bottom of the unit. There's screw holes right here. Unfortunately, this is the hard part, and a lot of people mess up at this point. Using these screws that are provided with the NVR, you're going to screw them to the bottom. It's a little tricky. We like to hold it this way with one hand behind it and orient the screws such so that you can see them, and use again your manual screwdriver, not a drill. Fasten the screw in for one hard drive position and then the rest. So we like to do opposite sides to make sure first that they're screwed in. So now it's actually pretty stable. You can screw in all 4 if you like, or you can just 2 diagonally, and that way it creates a good connection. Now it is important to note that an NVR like this should not be placed on a metal surface, and secondly, you shouldn't have any liquid going into the NVR. So now you have the hard drive cables connected. I'm using my finger to bend this a little bit. You can use a zip tie if you like, or just keep them on like this until you get the top here. You can basically have the top position like that and snap it back into place. So now I have the top back on. It's sitting flush. I kind of snapped it back into place. I see all the screw holes. Just reconnect the screws here that you took off, and you're done.